It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Police have reissued their appeal for information to help catch the driver responsible for a hit-and-run incident at Mayfield West last year. 91-year-old Bernie Farrell was on his way to get a haircut on November 24 when he was struck by a red Mitsubishi ASX four-wheel drive on the corner of Stedman Street and Maitland Road. The driver failed to stop. Mr Farrell died 3 days later in hospital. Strike Force Petro has been set up to track down the driver. Anyone with information is urged to contact Crime Stoppers. A Raymond Terrace man has been arrested over his alleged involvement in an ice supply ring in the Hunter. The 31-year-old was arrested in the garage of a home on Emu Street yesterday afternoon. He's been charged with several offences, including supplying a large commercial quantity of the drug, and has been refused bail to appear at Raymond Terrace local court today. Belmont Baths are set to be restored to their former glory thanks to a $400,000 injection from the state government. The baths were badly damaged during the April 2015 superstorm, and work to fix the seawall of the popular swimming spot will get underway this year. Parliamentary Secretary for the Hunter, Scott McDonald, says it's good news for the community.
Belmont Baths is loved by the locals and the tourists as well. We took a lot of representations. I had a local committee come to see me about this. They've been anxious to get the Belmont Baths back into a good, serviceable condition. It did take a bit of a hammering in the 2015 East Coast lows, and we will also be putting money towards the amenities block.
Roads and Maritime Services says the new 60 km/h speed limit on the main arterial road between Wallsend and Hamilton will come into effect once all the new signs are installed by the end of the week. Drivers were left confused yesterday with a mix of 60 and 70 kilometre signs along Thomas Street, Newcastle Road and Griffiths Road, despite electronic message boards saying the new speed limit came into force on Sunday. A doctoral training centre has been launched at the University of Newcastle, which will provide PhD students with a higher level of industry engagement. The centre will focus on innovation in the mining equipment, technology and services sector and will expose students to industry partners. Dean of Graduate Research, Professor Lucy Johnston, is stressing the importance of collaborative research.
It will be used by PhD students, by their supervisors and by their industry partners. And sometimes it's not a case of, here, we've done some research at the university, do you want to use it to the industry? Or the industry saying, we need this. It's starting together from the starting point of developing those research projects. So it's the mutual benefit. So really a win-win.
Owners of unit blocks and apartments in the Hunter with windows 2 metres or more above the ground are being reminded they must have child safety locks installed from today. The move follows an increase in the number of children being treated in hospital after falling out a window. There are fines of up to $550 for non-compliance.
Sport for our sponsor PRD Nationwide East Maitland.
Newcastle Knights Chief Executive Phil Gardner has laid down the law to the club's players after a series of minor off-field incidents surfaced involving twins Daniel and Jacob Safiti. Gardner says no one has breached the club's code of conduct, but feels a blanket warning is warranted to remind players of their obligations when out in public. Newcastle Jets defender Daniel Georgievski is confident they have the depth in their squad to fill the spots of departing, suspended and injured players. Georgievski is positive his squad will step up ahead of the finals, with Pato Rodriguez and Ronnie Vargas set to return from injury and striker Joey Chapness ready to lead the Jets' attack.
It's been our season, some players through injury, through suspension are out, but we've got a deep squad and the boys that will come in will definitely do a job. So I think that's a positive part of a negative.
And the Hunters' Ben Simmons has helped lead the Philadelphia 76ers to a 23-point victory over the Brooklyn Nets. And the winning numbers in Monday Lotto are 27, 36, 45, 13, 14 and 34, and the supplementaries are 32 and 41. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.